Hello, I'm John Adams, and welcome to Creative Challenge, the start of a new series in digital photo, where we do a particular imaging challenge and then pass it on to you for you to give it your two-penneth and give it your best shot and send in your results to us. Now, you'll see in the magazine all about Creative Challenge, so I don't want to run through that. But what I'm going to run through is the starting point to really get you going, because this first challenge of the new series is a self-portrait, and for some strange reason the team decided to draw the short straw for me, so I'm afraid it's my face that's up there. Now that's a scary sight. If you have sort of young children or any small animals, don't show them the screen, because I think that would put the fear of God into anybody. I took it by just using a compact camera, a pretty standard digital compact camera, turned it round, held it at arm's length and fired it. By standing near a window I could make sure I was evenly lit, and that's my starting point, which is a horrible thing to look at. But let's get stuck into it. The first thing we're going to do is try and make our face symmetrical. And when I say our face, I mean my face. Let's face it, that's the one we're looking at. So what we're going to do is, to begin with, make sure we've got a straight line down the middle, so we're actually working with a good vertical line. And I'm using Photoshop 7 here, and the easiest way to do this is to use the measure tool. Now you'll find this little chap here underneath the eyedropper. If you click and hold on the eyedropper, you'll see it down there. So I haven't released the mouse yet, but just release on the measure tool and up it comes. And what you want to do is actually start right between the eyebrows. On your face this will be, not mine. Please don't use my face for anything. It can't take any more. And then click and drag down until you've bisected the lips, and then release. And that line there will give us a measurement. The way we find that measurement is to go to Image, Rotate Canvas and select Arbitrary. Now this is clever stuff. It's within Photoshop, the full version of Photoshop, Photoshop 7, and we can see there the angle is 0.88 degrees counterclockwise. That's what the CCW stands for. If we press OK, Photoshop will actually do all the computations for us and rotate the canvas by exactly the right amount. So it's actually done all the work for us. We don't have to go to Image, Rotate Canvas and just try a degree here and a degree there. It's actually done the work for us, which is fantastic. Saves lots of time, that. Our next stage is to bring up the rulers. Now to get to these is really simple. Just press Ctrl and R on the keyboard, and you can see there, just go back to full screen, you can see the rulers come up around the outside of the document. And what we're going to do is just drag a guide from the rulers. So you simply go into this ruler margin and click, and out pops a guide. And just drag it across so it's right in the center of your image. If it snaps to the middle, which it's doing there, it's trying to find the center of the actual document, you can override that by pressing the Control key, and then you can move it wherever you want to. And we need it about there. That'll do the trick. Okay, so we've got a guide down the middle of our face, and we've rotated it so we know that that's nice and vertical down there. So what we need to do now, I'll just zoom out slightly, is to take the rectangular marquee tool and just drag around that half of the image. So we've now made a selection of the left hand side of the face. Now let's bring up our layers palette. You can do that easily by pressing F7 on the keyboard. Up it comes. And then what we're going to do is copy this selection here into a new layer. Now that's really easy to do. On the keyboard, press Ctrl and J, and up it comes as layer 1. Now we can switch off the background by clicking on this eye icon, and you can see there, that's our selection. That's our layer 1 that's cropped up here in the layers palette. So what we're going to do now is flip this layer horizontally, and to do that you go to the very aptly named Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. So just click on that, and that layer will be laterally reversed. So now we just need to go to the Move tool, and then hold down the Shift key. This will keep it all lined up properly, and just drag it across, and it'll snap to that guide. There we go. Now to check we've got a good join, the easiest thing to do is move the guide out of the way. It's done its job now. We'll just move that out of the way, move it back to the margin, and then we can zoom in on our image and just see if we really do have a good join. The easiest way to scroll around is just hold down the space bar and then you can click and drag. You can see there that's a pretty good join actually. That's fine. So that's absolutely fine there. We'll double click on the hand tool to go back to full screen, and we can see we're happy with that particular thing. So what we're going to do now is increase the canvas size. This is just to make sure we've got enough room around our image for any manipulation or any weird and wonderful techniques we want to employ with our image. And the easiest way to increase the canvas size is to go to Image, Canvas Size, and click on that. And then in the Canvas Size dialog box, the best thing, I've got mine preset to millimeters here, but the best thing is to go to % on both the width and the height, and then just increase it. You're at 100%, that's the normal full size image. So we're just going to increase width by, let's say, 130%, and we'll do the same with height. Maybe a bit more, 140% in the height. We're going to lock this anchor to this side. That means anything will come out on this side. When the canvas size increases, the blank area will be on the right hand side because we've locked it to this point here. And then we'll just press OK. And there you can see we've grown our canvas by quite a considerable amount all the way around, giving us sufficient room to indulge in any imaging we want to. So that's good. Next job is to flatten the image, and to do that is very easy. Just click on this arrow at the top of the layers palette and select flatten image. That crunches our two layers down into one single background layer. So that's that job done. I'm now going to crop down slightly just by using the crop tool, and I'm just going to run the crop around the image. Something like there should be good. I'll just move that side in slightly. Again, if it snaps to the edge of the document, just hold the control key, the same as you did with the guides, and you can fine-tune it. There we go, that should do the trick. Press enter on the keyboard and the crop will happen. And there we have the starting point for some interesting imaging, and this is where we can fill our boots and indulge in any techniques we want. What you might like to do first, before you begin in earnest on your manipulation techniques, is just to clean up the image slightly. Everybody's got blemishes, even me. I have plenty, particularly blemishes of the character. And again, using the hand tool, we can scroll around the image, and then with the healing brush we can actually get rid of all these little areas where where the razor's missed and all that kind of thing. Use the square bracket keys to make the brush size bigger or smaller. Right hand for bigger, left hand bracket for smaller, and then by pressing the Alt key and clicking, that sets a source point. Then we can simply paint over any areas where there are some blemishes. So with that technique, just Alt and click, and then paint over. And it's a nice rapid way of cleaning up any sort of skin blemishes, spots, zits, bits where the shaver's missed, anything you like. And you can quickly beautify yourself if you so wish. You can see there we're just moving around, cleaning up little dodgy areas of skin. You could do this also with the clone tool if you're using different software and don't have a healing brush, but it's fairly quick whichever method you use. Then you can move over to the other side of the face and do the same thing. You could, when you had just half your head on screen, you could have just cleaned one side, but I find it easier just to get the whole thing joined up first, and then you can move around and clean up any blemishes or add some blemishes if you're perfect. If you are, send a postcard in. We'd love to see perfection. Just cleaning up as we go around. That should do the trick. Then once you've completed that, you're really ready to begin. And this is where I leave off and you take over. So once you've completed your self-portrait and done some wild and wacky imaging to really create a great alter ego, do send it in to the address in the magazine. You'll find a coupon on this feature, the Creative Challenge, in the magazine. So send your pictures in because we'd love to see them. And you'll have a good chance of getting published in Digital Photo.